Hi everybody, how are you? Thanks for checking in. I haven't posted in a while and I apologize. I have had quite a few people reach out to me. I am homeschooling this year, and whether you're homeschooling, virtual, hybrid, whatever you're doing, be encouraged. We're all in the same boat, and a lot of families are being stretched in ways that they never knew that they would be stretched this year, right? And I just want to encourage you, just keep up the good work, and whatever you're doing, just keep at it. Try and get into a routine, and it will just come. It'll come, and I just want to show you what I'm doing. I have the table. Let me show you real quick. All set up for the boys. So when they wake up in the morning, they come to the table and they each have their own area. And I'm doing the fall fun this week. Oh, look, Claire. The fall fun. So I have just loose worksheets for them to fill out, to do different activities with apples. So they're going to do handwriting, counting, multiplying. For their morning journal, they each have 8 apples, and they have to write down 8 things that they like about fall, and then they have to in their journal write a paragraph why they like those 8 things, and then tape the apples to their page. And of course, in the morning journal, I usually do that nearly every morning, just to get them going and get them writing, get them thinking. And they date it. And if we are having school outside, or if I'm taking like school to the park that day, I write down where they are, because sometimes morning journals just like journaling their surroundings or how they feel that morning. And it's fun because they sort of like, get their gears going, and they're like, okay, let's get moving here. And then they have spelling. So they have spelling tomorrow. And then also I have math for counting money. I've got change in the change jar, and they have to count all these different amounts. I use Monopoly money. You really don't need to invest in a lot of things for homeschooling, like go out and buy a whole bunch of like games, or like actual like money, or different things that are might be like expensive for like a one unit or one thing that you want to teach. Try and use things that you have around the house. I posted a little video that you can use die and roll them for multiplication, for addition, and that's easy. If the pack of dice is, $1 at the dollar store. So you can grab that and you can do math games with that for a day. But for the counting, for money, they pretty much have it, but I just want to be sure, just to gauge, just to test, because if they have it, I can move on. That's the beauty of homeschooling. You don't have to wait for a whole classroom. If your kids get it and they understand that concept, that standard, or that benchmark, you can go ahead, check it off the box, and let them just soar. So I do have some bigger numbers here, like 201,302, $1,500.35, $83.83, just a whole bunch of different random amounts that they're going to have to count out. And, if they get that right, awesome, and it's easy because everybody has change, and you can do this with preschool. So it's not necessarily like, like 4 or 5 year olds, where they wouldn't put the money in their mouth, but you can teach them, where's the quarter, where's the dime, things like that. They can organize them by color, they can organize them by size, of course supervision, but even the play money, so they feel involved. I have a 3-year-old, and I'll give her like a little stack of the Monopoly money. And when they're counting, the boys are doing their work, I can have her sort the Monopoly money by color. And that will keep her occupied. And she's learning colors, and she's learning how to sort. She's learning how to classify. So it's not major. It's just what little activities, everyday activities, that you can turn around into a learning opportunity. So I wanted to go over that. Oh, this last month I did my unit on flight, and I did a field trip to the National Air Museum at Selfridge, And my boys, they rode in a tank. We went and climbed in airplanes. We went through the museum. You should have seen their faces. They loved it. And I have a field trip for them on Thursday. I will post about that because it is a surprise for them. And I think you guys will be surprised too at where I found out to go. Okay, so hold on. Let me show you for the flight unit. I have this printout, and it just talks about flight and drag, lift, gravity, thrust, and discussion questions. What is the purpose of the ailerons, the rudder, the elevators, and we spent about a good 3 weeks, even a month, on this unit, and we covered a lot. We covered Amelia Earhart, we covered the Wright brothers, we covered geography and social studies. Where were they born? We looked at the maps. Where did they fly over the Atlantic Ocean? So this test, if you are wanting to see, it's not so much for them, but it's more of a gauge for you as a teacher, as a mom. Sort of gives you direction on what they're retaining, and whether it's whether they're visual learners or audio, or they need tactile activities to retain information. I want to see what they remember. So I made a test. It's about 30 questions, and it's a whole bunch of different forms. I have multiple choice. I have true and false, fill in the blank. I have an essay portion. Maybe you have somebody or a student, I do, that's not really strong with essay and describing, but they know the information. It just doesn't come out. And so I have a lot of different ways to test them on the knowledge. So you want to, when you make your own test, you want to incorporate those different things. So I have true and false, and fill in the blank, multiple choice, essay, and then they have to do a drawing. They have to do a drawing of an airplane, and they need to label the 4 forces, the rudder, where are the elevators, where's the aileron, what is the pitch, is it nose up, nose down, left, right, the vertical, the lateral axis. So they need to know all of these things, and I just want to see what they remember. So I'm going to do a unit test on aviation with them for flight, and then that will be the recap. That's it for that. I am starting Fall Fun. The library is going to be a huge resource for you. I probably have like 20 books about like trees and fall activities and different things to do with them for the fall. And of course, field trips. Always get them outside if you can. And if you wake up one day and they're just not motivated, or they're like have too much energy, they're just bottled up. The other day it didn't go well. And I sent them outside for about 3 hours to play and just do whatever, free play. And I gave them lunch outside, and I had them take the Legos outside, and they had to build an airplane out of Legos. And I'm like, well, how can I incorporate the what I'm doing, the unit that I'm doing? So they built an aircraft carrier, because we watched a video about aircraft carriers. We watched a lot of videos about how the engines work, how airplanes are made. Where is the 380 bus made in Germany? The actual plant. They saw all these things. They saw about the helicopters, the blades, the rotation, how they need to be 2 different blades rotating and spinning the other way. So they learned a lot, and we covered a lot. But if they need a break, take a break. If you need a break, take a break. It's okay. You'll get through it. Tomorrow's a new day. Tomorrow starts afresh. For spelling, we're going to play Boggle. And I have here for Caitlin and Cammie the word whammer, where they have to make different words with the letter sounds. Here, the little magnet sounds, and they put it in here. So that's for Caitlin, that I'm going to work with her, and even Cameron, while the other 2 are doing, phonics on their own that they can do. But that's just something that I have here, like a bin. And then they can even make up words with this. So you can say, okay, find letters and make a 2-letter word. Find letters and make a 3-letter word, a 4-letter word. So that also helps with spelling, and it's different. It's not a written worksheet. It's actually something that they're have in their hands. They can visually see it. They're moving. They're getting gross motor skills developed, and it's sort of a little bit more engaging than just worksheets. Let's see what else. Oh, I just want to show you one more thing, and then I know this is sort of a long video, but I just wanted to sort of give you some ideas. My friend Bridget gave me this book, Don't Know Much About the 50 States, and when you open it, it has each state, and then it has information about that state, like facts and what their flower is, when they became a state, the capital, what their bird is. And I found at the dollar store these maps. So every day here we're doing 2 or 3 different states, and we're learning about them. I'm having the kids make flashcards, state flashcards, as we go along. I have puzzles, so they're doing puzzles for the USA, like a USA puzzle, the United States. I have this game, Race Across the USA. So this counts as social studies, as geography, as learning. Play a game. Make it fun. Make it exciting. And then for this one here, I have the map. And I just blocked out the state. And then for the unit test, to see what they retained, they're going to have to label the 50 states. And then I want them on a sheet of paper to list the state, and then give me, I don't know, maybe 2 facts about each state, at least 1. And that will be the unit test at the end. So it doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be exhausting. It can be little things like that, just so you can see that they're retaining. Of course, we're doing the Nifty 50 song on YouTube, and there's some great videos about specific states. Like we watched a video about Hawaii. When we learned about the state of Hawaii, we all colored it in, we read together about it, and then we watched a video that day. And it was very informative, the volcanoes and the rich soil, and just that you can learn so much. And it's crazy because like you can learn so much and accomplish such great things in a short amount of time, because you don't have all the distractions of like a school day or other kids, or following someone else's agenda. You can do your own thing, teach your own way, and it's really freeing. It really gives you freedom and a sense of control over what is going on in your life. And it's very flexible, what's getting fed into your kids. And I just want to say, just wherever you are, and with your homeschool journey, whether you're seasoned or new, you're doing a good job. Okay, if one day doesn't work, just keep plugging along, because it's going to happen. And your kids, they are learning. I've read an amazing book. It's called, what is it? Living the Wild and Free Life? No. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to, I already forgot. Yeah, Living Wild and Free. Isn't it? I'm going to have to put a video up on that, but I thought I talked about it before. But this book just really inspires you. And there's even a movement of the unschooling movement, where they're just like, oh, we're not doing schooling, we're unschooling our kids, and it's total child-led. I'm not that lenient, just because I used to be a teacher, so I'm a little bit stricter on the expectations that I have and structure. But wherever you are, whatever you're doing, be encouraged. So I just wanted to share with you those things, and thanks for checking in.